Today, we will be reviewing the Bitcoin Scalping MT5 Expert Advisor by Mr. Lothi Mylone. Stick around to the end to receive a free expert advisor from us at Prosperity Algo Solutions. So this gentleman, Mr. Lowe, has made quite a few other expert advisors, some of which I have reviewed. And from what I've seen so far, they've all been pretty good to date. So I'm quite excited to look at this too. Particularly, it's quite timely as Bitcoin is currently reaching higher highs every day, and it seems like it's on an enormous bull run. So I can anticipate a lot of people are rather interested in bots which focus on Bitcoin specifically. So here we can scroll through the sales page to get an idea of the different systems. So here it's saying that it executes only one trade per day, ensuring discipline. Okay. And it's capable of opening up to 3 trades per session. Okay, that's kind of interesting because here it's saying that it only executes 1 trade per day, but it's capable of opening up to 3 trades per session. So maybe it's more of a something you can toggle on and off, but we can see that in the backtest. It does not use any martingale or grid-based strategies. Looks good. It uses a optional trailing stop, which would make sense for a scalping system. And I'm trying to get an idea in terms of the actual strategy it follows. So it doesn't seem to indicate if it's a breakout system or if it uses indicators, but let's flip through here to see. Okay, these are a little bit conflicting, but maybe it's just more of a communication thing, and we can see when we actually run a backtest. Okay, buy only, that's interesting. That actually makes sense because sometimes when you have a strategy which is running on a very bullish asset like an index or Bitcoin in this case, you want to make it a long only system just because you don't want to fight the overarching trend. So Bitcoin currently is on a massive bull run. So trying to take short trades or trying to have a bi-directional EA could be pretty problematic. So that's actually a very valid approach here. The equity curve is also looking really solid because we're seeing it's not a perfect equity curve. We are seeing dips in it, which is really good. But we're also seeing elevated, a very elevated return, which is great to see. The backtest looks legitimate too. So very exciting. And now we can actually pop over to the live signal. We can see to date that the performance has been excellent in November. And okay, that's interesting. I guess he deposited $164, but I suppose he may have deposited it in foreign currency. That's why we're seeing that. And yeah, there's not too many trades to date, so it's tough to ascertain any sort of statistical significance. But most likely, knowing this developer, there is something real here. So quite excited to jump into MT5 to see what's going on. So here I've actually taken the liberty of already downloading this EA and running a quick backtest, and you can see it here. And what I think this bot is doing is that it's following a very similar strategy to the majority of his other bots, including the Diamond Ultimate MT5, and I believe there's also a Gold Scalping, what's the exact name? It's Gold Scalping something. Here we go, Gold Trend Scalping. And effectively, those two bots are following a very similar system to this one. Whereas effectively, you are placing a pending order at a minima or maxima and then trading the breakouts. So for this particular system, he has asked us to run it on the M1 for optimal conditions, the H1 for optimal conditions. And I believe that's exactly what it's doing. So we can look at the equity curve, and it's not absolutely perfect, but it's definitely upward sloping. And if we look at the results here in the backtest, we are seeing roughly an 83% win rate with an inverse risk reward, which is exactly what we would expect in this type of system. In terms of the indicators, there is an ATR going on, so either it's being used as a filter or it's being used as perhaps as a trailing stop loss. And we can also flip through the various inputs here. And there's different levels of the TP. auto lots. There's an equity stop loss for prop firms, which is really smart. So this is a prop firm compatible one. There's also a time filter, and it is an auto lot sizing where it's risking 1% per trade. So yeah, so far it's looking very, very solid, like an honest system. And the reason why it might not look as amazing here is I'm less familiar if 8 caps Bitcoin spreads are all that solid. Perhaps, and I would venture this is quite a spread sensitive bot, particularly as Bitcoin doesn't always have the best spreads with CFD brokers. So I would be very, very careful to make sure that whichever broker or prop firm you use this with, check their spreads. 8 cap spreads are usually very good with gold, but I'm not quite sure where they stand in the market in terms of their Bitcoin spreads. So that could be playing into a factor here. So if we go and actually run the visual backtest, we can now see how this bad boy looks. If it loads anytime soon, there we go. And let me just zoom out so we can get a bit of a better idea of how it works. We're seeing here, yes, there are pending orders being placed on the H1, and it's trading the breakouts. Yeah. I will keep fast forwarding. Yes, so no surprises here. It's based on effectively exactly the same premise as his other bots, and it is essentially just placing pending orders at local maximas, or there's no local minimas here as we're only trading longs. We can go here, or to, pardon me, we can go here, go to the inputs tab, and we can see that only longs are activated. So it's placing pending orders at local maximas, waiting for a breach of that local maxima, and then entering with a breakout system. This strategy, tried and tested, it works very well, and it works particularly well during either bullish or bearish markets. So this strategy tends to be absolutely destroyed in choppy conditions. I have traded similar systems during choppy conditions, and it's not fun, but during trending markets, it works magnificently. So because Bitcoin is currently on a huge bullish run, this type of strategy, which is, once again, you're placing a pending order at a local maxima, you're trading a breakout of that pending order with a tight trailing stop loss, that works very well. But yes, you do have to keep in mind that it works well in this type of market condition. However, going forward, if we enter a period of consolidation, these systems don't typically perform as well. But just to wrap up today, this does appear to be an honest system by a developer who has done many good honest systems in the past, so no reason to believe that he's all of a sudden changed his ways. I think in the current price action, this bot is likely to perform quite well. So provided Bitcoin is rallying up, or if you could switch the settings down, it should work. But be mindful that in a period of consolidation, this bot likely won't work as well. So yes, that's my review, and stick around for the following short clip to receive a free EA from us at Prosperity Algo. Take care. Before you click away, if you're looking to get a real expert advisor, here at Prosperity Algo Solutions, we're currently offering our Golden Time Bomb system based on automating the London breakout and opening range breakout 100% for free. Watch the pinned video to find out more and to get access.